Hey liebe Leute, willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Nightmare Frames für den PC. Im letzten Part haben wir uns weiter in Serena umgesehen, sind durch den Boden gebrochen, durch die Kanalisation gewandert und haben so einige Clues zu der Edward Keller gefunden. Und unser nächster Anhaltspunkt ist jetzt gerade erstmal in dieser Radiosendung anzurufen, um die Frau von Bill Eastman zu beruhigen. Mal gucken, ob wir das hinbekommen. Also straight to it. Let's go. Nee, das klingt besetzt. Line is busy, Chief. Does the station only have one line? Yes, Chief. I'll try again later. Okay. Ja, Mist, das war jetzt ein bisschen der einzige Anhaltspunkt, den ich gerade noch hatte. Wir haben Insektizide und den Teddybären. Okay. Was mir gerade noch einfällt, ist vielleicht ein bisschen weird. Es wird nichts bringen. Ich habe gerade überlegt, ob ich den vielleicht hier abwaschen kann. Aber das... Fuck. Das ist gerade eine Geräuschkulisse. Das klingt gerade, als würde das Gebäude neben mir einstürzen. What the fuck? Sorry, also bei mir in real life. Kriegen wir das vielleicht damit ab? Einfach um ihn zu triggern? Um dann in den Altarraum zu gehen oder so? That window again. Bringt mir das irgendwas, ihn wegzulocken? Weil die Tür ist ja trotzdem verschlossen hier, ne? Oder... Ah, nee. Okay, ich habe jetzt eine ganz makabere Idee. Aber erstmal muss ich niesen. Ah, danke. Meine makabere Idee ist... Ich glaube, wir haben ja gelernt, dass das so ziemlich das einzig saubere Wasser in der ganzen Stadt ist. Und es geht ja eh niemand in die Kirche. Also von daher... Simply putting the teddy bear in the water won't be enough to wash it. You'll need something else to get all that dirt off. Okay. Also die Idee scheint schon mal richtig zu sein tatsächlich. Nur... Es reicht noch nicht. Ich brauche noch sowas wie eine Bürste oder sowas. Ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass ich deswegen das mit dem Fenster vielleicht machen muss, damit er rausgeht und damit ich das machen kann, ohne dass es jemand stört. Jetzt hat es wieder repariert, aber ich kann es jederzeit... Okay. Aber da fehlt uns noch was. Tja. Was haben wir noch nicht gemacht? Der Dude hier ist... Ist das vielleicht der Dude, der die... Na... Die Leitung besetzt. In einem Fernsehsender, Radiosender meine ich. Falls ja, wie kriegen wir ihn da raus? Wir können ja nicht mit ihm reden und ihn irgendwie überzeugen. Was zur Hölle passiert hier hinter meiner Wand gerade? Da fuck. Hast du vielleicht irgendwas? Nein. Okay, vielleicht mit Geruch. Das ist ja eine Telefonzelle, ne? Also. Das ist makaber. So ein... I have to go, in there. I can't breathe. I'll try to call back. I still have lots more to say. Ich kenne solche Sprays, die riechen wirklich nicht gut. Aber jetzt können wir es vielleicht benutzen. Oder vielleicht benutzen wir jetzt lieber das Telefon in der Police Station. Aber mal gucken, Cynthia, vielleicht ist das wirklich der gewesen. Mal gucken. Wenn wir jetzt da anrufen. Also falls wir überhaupt anrufen müssen. Wenn der Anruf jetzt vorbei ist, vielleicht reicht das schon, damit die jetzt mit ihrem Programm fortfahren. damit die Frau jetzt beruhigt wird, aber wir probieren es trotzdem einfach mal. Einmal dahin bitte, so, hi. WK107 Duck speaking. Are you calling to go on air and provide information about Sarah Jordan's disappearance? No, actually I think the program is dragging on a bit. Shouldn't you be airing the classical hour already? No can do, my friend. We're in the middle of a new special. I've been listening to it. You just set a guy on air for I don't know how long who didn't contribute a single thing. I know the way that the media loves to gloat over stories that can be done within 5 minutes. You don't hear anything on the other end of the line and you started thinking that this was not the best way to convince WK107 to air Lawrence Eastman's favorite show. Hello? Listen up, buddy. We believe we're providing a public service by attempting to gather as much information as possible about this poor girl. I have no doubt about it, but there's just no information to gather. Chief Bowman has not been able to find her and he does not have any leads either. How did you know that? Because I know the chief. So the best thing you can do is to wrap up the news special and resume the regular schedule. Can I be honest with you? Please. This is a small radio station. It's very difficult for us to generate our own content, so this is a huge opportunity for us. Do you want content? I can give you content. I'm a Hollywood screenwriter. You can interview me if you wish. A Hollywood screenwriter? What films have you written? Does Lunatic ring any bells? Wait a minute, you're the screenwriter of one of the highest grossing films this season? I'm sure you have a lot to tell the listeners. Yes, I'm Alan Goldberg. You can check the credits. And you would really give us an interview? Yeah, as long as you have the classical hour when I hang up. Consider it done, my friend. Can you drop by the station tonight? Shall we say 9 o'clock? Perfect. You can't see Doug, but right now, he's tapping on the glass of the booth, letting Cynthia, the announcer, know that the newscast is over. All right, Mr. Goldberg, we look forward to seeing you tonight. It will be my pleasure. Much to your own surprise, you realize that you wouldn't have a problem giving an interview to a small radio station. What's going on with you, Alan? A day earlier, you would have turned down even the Hollywood Reporter. Still, you know that the interview won't happen. You have too much to do, such as talking to Bill Eastman. Einfach verarscht. Ah, geil. Ich mag dich, Alan. Auch wenn ich dich im Real Life hassen würde. Im Spiel mag ich dich. Okay, Bill Eastman. Florence has calmed down, so I can attend to you now. How can I help you, Goldberg? I'll get straight to the point. I'm looking for Edward Keller's last film, and apparently you were the person who brought attention to it. Keller, yes, that was a long time ago. At the time, he was considered a counterculture icon thanks to his film Bloody Mind Games. He was an interesting character with an intriguing aura. All the press wanted to interview him, but nobody could find him. I pulled a few strings until I found out where he was. Had a chat with him, but never transcribed the interview. Warum nicht? When I came to Serena, I was long burned out from Los Angeles, its pace of life, and my job at the magazine. I met Florence on my first day in Serena. We fell head over heels for each other and I started to make plans. Meanwhile, I was hounding Keller for an interview until I finally succeeded. I called the newsroom, gave them a vague summary of Keller's words and resigned from my position at Variety so I could start a new life. I'm surprised anyone knows about that film. As far as I know, the magazine never published anything about it. But it's known that you made that call. It's part of the reason there's a whole legend around that movie. I guess collectors have been chasing after it, right? Exactly. Are you one of them, Goldberg? No, but there's a millionaire who would change my life if I get that movie. Let me guess, the fairy good godmother. Damn right. I wanted to write an article about her, but I couldn't gather enough evidence to corroborate who she was. It's Helen Westmore, right? Yep. I knew it. Hast du den Film gesehen? No. Keller said that he only had one more scene to go and the movie would be finished. It's rumored to be the scariest movie in history. Well, maybe that's partly my fault. I exaggerated a bit when I called the newsroom, but I might not have been too far from the truth. Keller was immensely talented. There's no horror film that can compare to his debut feature. But that's with that last film, I don't think it was very conventional. It was shot in Serena with a small 60mm camera without direct sound. There were no actors either. I guess it was a work of a somewhat experimental nature, but I never doubted for a moment that it would make audiences tremble with fear. The man was a genius. Und wer könnte den Film heute haben? I read about his death in the Serena Gazette, but there was nothing about the film in the article. He probably hid it somewhere and took the secret with him to his grave. I would have liked to read that interview. It might give me more leads as to the location of the film. I recorded the interview, Goldberg. It's still on my tape recorder. It was the last time I ever used it. Want to hear it? Of course. Just give me a minute, I think I know where I put it. Awkward, allein mit der Frau hier in dem Raum jetzt gerade irgendwie. Florence is entranced by the music coming from the radio. From time to time she flashes an indulgent smile. One day I saw him in the bar. I don't know how much he had drunk, but he could barely stand upright. He was lucid, yes, but completely drunk. He had already denied me the interview several times, but I took advantage of his condition and tried one last time. And it worked. This is what he said. First of all, I want to thank you for granting me this interview. Oh, das ist ehrlich, isn't it? It's well known that you're not fond of them. My work speaks for me. I'll leave the recorder here between us, if that's okay. What did you say you wanted to drink? Whiskey. Are you sure? Haven't you already had a few? Who cares? I'm already dead. I'm sorry, what? I have cancer. I'm not gonna last long. I'm sorry, are you getting some kind of therapy? Oh yeah, I definitely am. Alright, what is the child having? Who are you calling a child, bozo? I'm old enough to drink. Okay, sorry. A beer. Whiskey and beer, okay. Waiter, a whiskey and 2 beers, please. Shall we begin? You've been spotted around Serena shooting with a small 60mm camera, no crew and... No crew? What about me? Please excuse my assistant director, he's young and impulsive. Yes, what are you shooting exactly? My new film. It will be different from bloody mind games. Smaller, less conventional, but really terrifying. What do you feel when you watch a horror movie? Fear, anguish. But as soon as the projection is over, it all fades away. It's a false sensation. And that can be considered a failure for any director. You want to go further? I am going further. Here you go, gentlemen. 1 whiskey and 2... Oh, what the fuck are you doing, Patrick? Rolling a joint, problem? I'm not gonna let you smoke that hippie shit in here. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Everyone's smoking. Yeah, but not that shit. Wait outside, Patrick. I'm taking the beer. This isn't over, Gene. Watch your back. Ah, damn it, kid. Always making trouble. When you say that you're going further, what do you mean? More blood, more killings? Was zur Hölle passiert hier hinter meiner Wand, Alter? That's for amateurs. I've found a way to shoot a film and have the audience feel the true essence of fear. They won't be safe during the screening, and if they make it out alive, they will carry that fear with them for the rest of their lives. And I will feed on their fears. That terror will make me, Edward Keller, transcendent. I will be immortal. Wow, that'll make for a pretty good tagline. Do you think I'm joking? Do I look like I don't take my job seriously? Can you see why I don't give interviews? You are not ready to hear the truth. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Please accept my apologies. When will we be able to watch this film? It's almost ready. All that's left is to shoot the big final scene. The one that will make... I think I'm wasting my time with you. I'm leaving. I didn't mean to offend you. Please stay. What an asshole. Yeah, he didn't inspire much sympathy in the town. He was a kid in the recording. Patrick Robinson, I had completely forgotten about him. He was a troubled orphan who used to run around Serena, Keller became fond of him and took him on as an assistant. If he helped make the film and Keller is dead, he may be the only person who knows of its whereabouts. Probably. What happened to him? He's hanging around in Serena. It wasn't quite right in the head. He set himself on fire. Did he die? No. He managed to survive. It's said that he lives in a caravan in the middle of the forest. And if the locals know, they won't tell you. They sleep better knowing that Patrick can no longer cause any more harm in this town. Tommy? What was that, darling? Tommy the village idiot. He does his grocery shopping for him every week and takes it to him. Bill Eastman's eyes begin to water. It's been a long time since he last heard his wife's warm, soothing voice. Find Tommy. He's a tall, rather peculiar guy. You know who he is when you meet him. I'm glad you came. But if you excuse me, it's been a long time since Florence. I understand. Go to your wife. Thank you for the information. Good luck on your search. Thank you. How do you feel, darling? Do you like this music, Bill? Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, der macht die Groceries und es gibt nur einen Shop. Okay, das ging schnell. Hi. Are you Tommy? Yeah, I'm Tommy. Tommy. Hey, easy, don't hurt yourself. I can never remember my last name. This is why they say I'm an idiot. I've been told that you know where I can find... Paul doesn't sell bait anymore. What? Wo kann ich Patrick Robinson finden? Patrick can't come fishing with me. I know he'd like to, but he can't move. Patrick Robinson, wo lebt er? I actually prefer to go fishing alone. Wofür brauchst du Köder? For fishing. What else would it be for? Okay, ich habe dir eine einfache Frage gestellt. Wo finde ich Patrick Robinson? My mind is busy with the bait right now. There is no room for anything else. That's why they call me Dom. Hey, stop it, cut it out. I don't want you to get hurt. I can get you that bait if you want. Really? Of course. Here, take this. Can fill it up to the top with worms, okay? Wo finde ich Würmer? Paul used to sell them, but not anymore. Or if I knew where to find them, I'd do it myself. That I can do. See you around, Tommy. Goodbye, my friend. Oh Gott. Hi, kannst du mir sagen, wo ich Würmer finde? Nein. Würmer, okay. Würmer. Naheliegend wäre natürlich wieder mal das Ufer. Sind hier Würmer? Kann ich hier Würmer? Do you want to contribute to polluting the river? Nein, nee, ich wollte... Okay. Vielleicht... Hier? You take the item out of your pocket, but you think it won't work and put it away again. Okay. So the hair and occasional chicken bone. Ja, hätte ja sein können. Hier konnten wir ja nicht hoch, ne? Hi, Will Baxter. Willie. How could I get into the cemetery? You're a law enforcement officer, aren't you? Get a warrant and we would still have to talk it over. You really believe that there's a ghost in the cemetery? Not in the cemetery, in the mausoleum. And if I can't get rid of her, at least I can make her stay there. If she gets out of there, we'll all be doomed. She was already cruel when she was alive, so I can't imagine how she'll be in death. Is there anything I can do for you? You're being polite, so I'll let you in, right? Forget it, that won't work on me. Weeds are grateful for the large amounts of water they're receiving so they can grow even more freely. Tja, das bringt mir auch nichts, außer hier liegt irgendwo ein Schlüssel oder sowas. Alter, diese Geräusche, das klingt wie Gewitter in meiner Wand. Among the meats, dozens of earthworms struggle. Oh, nehme ich mit. Can full of worms, ich hab deinen Bait, Tommy. Tommy. Here. Take that, please. Here you go, some bait. Oh, thanks. I can go fishing now. I know a place where I'm alone. No one insults me there or calls me a dum-dum. You seem like a nice person, like Patrick. Do you want to come fishing with me? I appreciate it, but I have things to do. Patrick used to be bad, you know. He would hit me and call me a dimwit. He beats all of us. But after the high school fire, he became good. Maybe because he no longer had anyone to hit. Now he behaves well with me. I read the Bible to him sometimes. Patrick became religious? Yes, that. The people who believe in God don't make fun of me. They are good people. Like Patrick or Father Adamson. I want to talk with Patrick. Can you tell me where I can find him? Yes, sure. He lives near the lake shore. If you follow a small road just outside of town, you will end up seeing his caravan. No one goes around there. Just me, to give him the groceries and spend some time with him. Okay, friend. I'm going fishing. You really don't want to come with me? No, that's alright. Have a good time. I will. Heißt das, wir können jetzt Patrick besuchen? Hier. Patrick Robinson. Ja, moin. Oh, what the fuck? It's too heavy to carry. Ach so. A fiberless virgin prays leaning against a trailer. Altar. Since Patrick Robinson is unable to do so, Tommy is in charge of putting fresh flowers in the vases on a weekly basis. Tommy enjoys that. The agonizing, realistic expression of the bust of Christ makes you feel uncomfortable. What the fuck? God loves you. Patrick? Patrick Robinson? There's no response, but you can hear wailing through the door. Patrick, my name is Alan Goldberg. I'm the deputy. I'm coming in, okay? Nicht erschießen, bitte. Oh, what the fuck? Ich gucke mich erst mal ein bisschen um. Der sieht eingefallen aus. It would be a nice gesture to wash Patrick's dishes, but the water tank is empty. Cabinet. I don't think it's appropriate to search the drawers in front of their owner, even if he's barely aware of what's going on around him. First aid kit, there are only bandages inside. An empty pill bottle catches your eye. Oh, Oxy. Oh God. The list of side effects barely fits on the label of the jar, but it promises almost instant relief from any type of pain. Ja, Oxy ist aber auch problematisch. Unfortunately, the jar is empty. You don't need anything from there. Ich könnte das natürlich zur Apotheke bringen, ne? Aber hi, Patrick Robinson. Patrick, are you alright? Patrick Robinson is trying to tell you something, but the pain he's suffering from is so intense that it makes it impossible for him to communicate with you. Okay, kein Problem, Patrick. Ich hol dir ein bisschen Oxy aus der Apotheke. Wir sind doch in den 80ern in den USA. Da ist es doch kein Problem, da ranzukommen, ehrlich gesagt. Okay, jetzt wissen wir auch, warum der Drugstore offen ist, warum der irgendeine Relevanz im Spiel hat. Ich hätte gern das. Geld habe ich genug. May I ask you a question?
How can I help you?
I have some medicine here.
Oxymeprazole, yes.
I want a bottle. Does it need a prescription?
No, it doesn't. I'm out of stock, though.
Tough? Ich glaube, das ist ein Schreibfehler. Today's not my lucky day, I guess.
Few people use that drug. It's too strong. I used to order it for just 2 people. One of them was Tommy. Do you know him?
Yeah, I've been talking to him.
He said he needed it for his back pain, but he was actually taking it to that crook, Patrick Robinson. Damn it, he's supposed to be the idiot, not me. He played me for too long, but that's over now.
Are you telling me that you're refusing to sell a drug to a person who needs it? Is that legal?
I don't care if it's legal or not. This is my business, and I decide who I want to sell to. I see you're not from here. You don't know Patrick Robinson.
Actually, I've been at his place, and believe me, if anyone needs that medicine, it's him.
Did you feel sorry for the poor bastard? Don't trust appearances. He deserves to experience all the suffering in the world. Do you believe in karma? Because I do. Let him suffer. He did a lot of damage here in this arena. We'll be better off without him once he dies, writhing in agony from the pain he brought on himself.
Damn. Was ist los? Was soll das mit Patrick?
It's obvious that you didn't get to know him. His mother abandoned him when he was 10 years old, and from that on he devoted himself to doing as much evil as possible. He began stealing from the few businesses that were still open in Serena, and he started committing animal abuse. He burned Walter Jenkins' dog alive just for the pleasure of it. He beat up all the boys in town. Nobody was free from his reach. And that was before he discovered alcohol, then it got worse. I think I told you enough for you to understand when I say he's better off dead. Is that clear to you, Deputy?
Und wer ist die andere Person, die Oxy braucht? Oh, Mexiprazol, das ist falsch.
Patricia Hellman.
Hellman. Oh, Hellman.
Any
Any relation to the missing girl from years ago?
Her mother. She lives nearby in number 75, next to Carl's old hardware store. But she hasn't come back for a refill. I mean, she still must have some pills left.
Ha. Eieieiei, sollen wir jetzt die arme Grieving Mother ihrer Medikamente bestehlen? Ja, wir können es ja mal probieren, wa? Hi! Ich brauche nur ein oder zwei, Miss Hellman. Come in. It's open. Oh, damn. Also süße Katzen, aber sieht aus wie ein typisches amerikanisches Zuhause. I always leave the door unlocked for Rusty. He knows how to open it. I'm sorry to bother you. My name is Alan Goldberg. The owner of the store told me that... Paul. Yeah, I think that's his name. He told me that you have a jar with oxymeprazole. Would you be so kind as to give me a couple of pills? It's an urgent matter. I'd be happy to give them to you, right guys? But I only have a couple left, and I usually take 2 at a time. One for pain in my eyes, and one for pain in my soul. Wearing that uniform does not give you the right to confiscate the bottle of oxymeprazole. Convince Patricia that you need the medicine. You're not one of those people who like to pet random cats. They meet along the way, much less so if they are eating. In the absence of glass, dust's been adhering to the fabric for years. Molly won't pay any attention to you. Smokey does not like to be petted. You don't like petting kids either. Patricia knows what a bottle of oxymeprazole looks like. There's one right next to her. Kann ich die greifen? Swapping that for the bottle of oxymeprazole would be cruel and heartless of you. Plus, you have Patricia right next to you. It wouldn't have gone well. It's a noble gesture to return the stuffed animal that belonged to her daughter. Oh, but wouldn't you think it would be even nobler if you took all that filth and fetid smell of... Aha, ja. You rummage through the trash for anything useful. Among food scraps and newspaper there's a bottle of detergent. Ja, Leute, das ist ja genau, was ich wollte und brauche. Das heißt, sie will den Teddy, ich will den sauber machen. Dafür brauchte ich noch irgendwas. Jetzt haben wir Waschmittel. Einfach Waschmittel und einen chemisch kontaminierten Teddybär in einer fucking Kirche, in diesem... Ich habe gerade vergessen, wie das heißt, dieses, ne, wo man halt Die Taufe. In der fucking Taufe. Das ist so... Oh, das ist so disrespectful. Aber hey, let's go. So, du machst mal dein armes Fenster da, ne, dass es dich nicht wieder nervt. Gehst du mal reparieren, währenddessen kontaminiere ich alles, was dir irgendwie was im Leben bedeutet. Teddybär with Detergent. Alter, ich habe echt das Gefühl, dass mein Gebäude gleich einstürzt. Oh Gott, das ist schrecklich. Das ist richtig schrecklich. Also schön für den Teddybär und so, aber das ist... Oh, das ist so krass disrespectful. What was once the clearest water you could find in town is now a mass of mud and seaweed. You cross your fingers that Father Adamson doesn't notice the water in the baptismal font. Oh Gott, oh Gott, es tut mir richtig, richtig leid. Ja, ja, ich gehe dann mal, ne? Bin nur der Deputy. Tschüss. Also ich darf die Pillen nicht einfach klauen, aber die fucking Taufe vernichten, das ist ethisch okay. Für Alan. What the fuck? Aber alright. Hi there, hab was für dich. I've brought you something. Teddy, where did you find it? Under the bridge, trapped between some rocks. I'm so happy to see you, Teddy. Do you know where my Mary Elizabeth is? I have a lot to talk about with Teddy. You can take an oxymeprazole pill with you. Thank you. You put an oxymeprazole pill in the empty jar you were carrying. Danke. One will be enough for me. The pain in my soul is gone. All that's left is the pain in my eyes, you know. I had to rip them off because I kept seeing her ghost. Good heavens. It was a shade with glowing eyes. It wasn't her. I know she's still alive. I must go. Be careful out there. Serena is damned. The fuck? Während der erste Teil des Spiels in LA wirklich war, also da ging es ja wirklich um Horrorfilme und jetzt sind wir einfach mitten in einem gefangen. Das ist fantastisch. Okay. Hi Patrick Robinson. Ich wollte gerade Robert Pattinson sagen, aber das ist Patrickson. Okay, hier. Take that. I got oxymeprazole. That's what you take for pain relief, right? You put the pill in Patrick Robinson's mouth and he swallows it with great difficulty. You don't know how long it will take for the medicine to take effect. What you do know is that you are too tired to stand around waiting for Patrick Robinson to communicate. The fatigue you've accumulated throughout the day begins to take its toll. You can barely keep your eyes open. You decided to take a well-deserved break. Weiß ich nicht, ob das so eine gute Idee ist. You're not afraid of anything, are you, Ellen? That's what you think, but you're fooling yourself. Find that film, and you'll find me. And at that point, we will see which of us is right. Wake up and find me. Wake up. Wake up. Hey. Buddy. Wake up. Sieht einfach aus wie so eine Schildkröte rechts. Also in dem Bild. Nee, aber hier jetzt gerade vor allem. I'm sorry I dozed off. My name is Alan Goldberg. You shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done what? Releasing me from suffering. I deserve it. To be honest, I only did this so I could talk to you about something. Although I couldn't leave you in the state you were in either. I know that God didn't send you here since your act is not part of the punishment. But you're a good man, Alan Goldberg. No, I'm not. I try to be, but I don't try very hard. Well, I've been trying for years, too. What brought you here aside from helping a poor man, Alan Goldberg? Edward Keller, and you can just call me Alan.
Edward Keller, the devil himself. I don't know what your intentions are, but forget that name.
Da stand noch irgendwas, was ich aus Versehen weggeklickt habe.
You could end up like me, or even worse.
Habt ihr jemals den Film zu Ende gebracht, den ihr gedreht habt?
Unfortunately, yes. He even went so far as to add a soundtrack.
Did you get to see it?
No one could see it. I made sure of it.
Wie bist du Kellers Assistent geworden?
He was very sick when he came to Serena. He needed someone to help him make his film. Someone that he could control as he pleased. He was very intelligent and manipulative. He could spot people's weaknesses, and I was his ideal candidate. God knows I don't want to exonerate myself from anything. But he did what he wanted with me.
Von welcher Strafe reden wir?
I've been a bad person, Alan. From the moment I was born, I dedicated myself to evil. I did terrible things, and now God is making me pay for them. But I accept his punishment with humility. He's wise.
Do you know where I can find that film, Patrick?
Yes, Keller has it.
Hold on. Keller's alive?
What do you want that film for?
A millionaire from LA is willing to pay a huge price for it.
No money in the world could fix what that film is capable of destroying.
We can share the reward, Patrick. Could you...
Cure me? Look at me, Ellen. Do you think this is fixable?
I don't know, you could try.
Besides what you can see, I have a disease that's killing me.
What disease?
I don't know. Don't want to know either. It's certainly not something you could cure with oxymeprazole. All I know is that I'm doomed. I don't have much time left in this world, and I'm glad about it. That will mean that my punishment will be fulfilled, and God will finally grant me forgiveness. I'm sorry that your trip was in vain, but I can't tell you where the damn movie is. I'm very sorry.
Warum möchtest du nicht, dass irgendjemand diesen Film sieht? Is it really that bad? You flash a quick smile that's quickly wiped off your face when you see an expression of disapproval on Patrick Robinson's face. Gibt's irgendeine Kopie?
No, just one. That's how it was supposed to work.
That's how what was supposed to work. Patrick is not willing to say anything else. Keller-Fans haben das Recht, den Film zu sehen. Oh, das sehe ich ganz anders, aber bitteschön. Don't you think?
No, Ellen, it's not an ordinary film. All that celluloid has been judged by the devil's hand. We didn't make a movie, Ellen. We created an incantation.
Excuse me?
Keller was obsessed with the concept of fear. He knew how to provoke it in his audience, but was incapable of experiencing it himself. He acquired an ancient book called A Treatise on Primordial Fear. That book performed two functions. It provoked an unspeakable fear in those who read it, and at the same time, it was a manual on how to emulate that effect. Keller tried to reproduce it in a film with the intention of feeding off people's fear. For this, he needed to perform a series of invocations in a place marked by a tragedy.
And that place is Serena.
No place in the U.S. has suffered greater punishments than this town. Every generation has suffered violence and misfortune in their own flesh. We've had several natural disasters that have decimated the population, serial killers, kidnappings. Serena has never experienced a time of peace. Even the settlers that came here 2 centuries ago ended up killing each other. As you can see, Keller found in Serena the perfect place for his invocations. But he went far beyond the teaching of the book. He believed that by causing a great tragedy, the ritual would be more powerful. On Friday nights, most of the population used to gather at the basketball game held in the Clark Morgan High School gym. I told you that Keller was very sick. He had no strength left for anything except holding the camera, so
Easy there, Patrick.
I have to tell. I closed all the exits and caused an explosion in the boiler room, following Keller's instructions. No one was spared. Teenagers, children, entire families with their bodies in flames, desperately looking for an exit as Keller filmed everything from the outside with a macabre grin on his face. The smell of burning flesh spread throughout the town. The screams were deafening. Oh Lord, I can still hear them. I hated this town and its people, but I never thought that the explosion would be so huge and that innocent people would die. Keller said it would only scare them. Once you finished shooting, he told me that he didn't need my services anymore and left me standing there in front of the flames, wrecked with guilt. I wanted to end my life, Ellen, but I couldn't do it while a monster like Keller walked freely upon this world. The next time I went to his house, he had already finished editing the film. I jumped on him, squeezed his neck, didn't seem to care. He was convinced that his soul would be transferred to the film, and he would live in it for all eternity. Once he died, he left with the film can, not knowing what to do with it. The apparitions began that very same night. People who had died in terror materialized in front of people's eyes.
I've seen it. It's hard for me to admit it, but I've seen it.
The book that Keller brought was harmless if unread, but what he filmed had a life of its own. Since then, Serena has been cursed more than it was before, and I contributed to that. With Keller dead, and the film properly secured, it was my turn. I had to die. I doused myself with gasoline, trying to experience the pain of all those people I had killed. I lit a match and began to burn, but some guys came and extinguished the flames. They wouldn't let me die in peace. I confessed everything to Father Adamson about the film, about the fire, about my suicide attempts. He said I was not prepared to answer before God yet. That's why I can't die. Not until God tells me to.
What did you do with the film, Patrick? Where is it?
Oh my goodness. I hadn't noticed the signal.
What signal?
You are the signal, don't you see? You have come for the movie, but not for the reason you think. God has sent you here to do what I could not. Destroy it. That's it, isn't it?
After everything Patrick has told you and knowing what your response is going to be, you can't help but feel dirty. Normally, your selfishness is no problem for you, but lying to a poor, dying man who has opened his heart to you in search of redemption is too much, even for you. Yeah, I guess after hearing a story, that must be my mission. Tell me where to find it, I'll burn that damn film.
I told you. Keller had it. I snuck into the morgue before he was moved. Opened up his stomach, inserted the film into his guts. When I got out of there, I decided to take my own life, believing everything was over. But that was not the case. The film's influence spread through its contact with Keller. He lives eternally in it. I'm a mess, Alan. Serena became a haunted town because of me.
So the film can be found in Callus's body in the cemetery.
In one of the corridors of the mausoleum, there are 2 statues guarding the entrance to a crypt. That's where his body is.
I guess it's time to end this curse, don't you think?
Yes, of course. Can you do me a favor before you go?
Of course.
In the left door of the cabinet, there is a small jewelry box. Can you bring it to me?
Yes. Ich habe das Gefühl, da ist eine Pistole drin und er erschießt sich jetzt. Hier?
Yes, that door.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I must go now, Patrick. I'll drop by when it's all over, okay?
That won't be necessary. I know you will destroy that film. God has put his trust in you, and I trust him. In fact, I won't be around anymore. I have been saving this for a long time, waiting for the right moment. The time has come for God to forgive me.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna end it all. Put an end to the curse, Alan.
Patrick! Oh, shit, no. Ah, das braucht eine Suicide Trigger Warning. Sowas triggert mich. Damn it. Alan. Tommy told me where I can find you. I heard a gunshot. Did you hear it too? Yes, Patrick Robinson shot himself. Who the hell is Patrick Robinson? The guy that lived in the trailer. So he shot himself? What the fuck are you saying? Go check the corpse. You'll see that it was a suicide. Easy, Alan. I believe you. But you can't deny that since you've arrived, strange things have been happening. I don't need to be here for strange things to happen, and you know it. All right. Let's calm down, shall we? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Watch out, Alan. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that dagged son of a bitch was right. It's the witch who ate his doc. Well, get out of the way, Alan. Wait a minute. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know who she is, Rick. Put that gun down. What? Are you serious? Is this Mary Elizabeth vielleicht? Mary Elizabeth? What? Mary Elizabeth Hellman. Her picture is all over town still. There was also a portrait of her at her house. Look at her face, Rick. I'm convinced it's her. Fuck, it's true. Don't be afraid, Mary Elizabeth. We found you. Your mother is waiting for you.
Mother?
Yeah, she's Patricia, isn't she?
Mother?
She never gave up her hopes of finding you.
Mom, I want Mom.
Yes, sweetheart, we're gonna take you to her. And at that very moment, your cold heart breaks into 1,000 pieces and you end up crying in the rain together with Mary Elizabeth Hellman. What the fuck? Ja, sorry, dass der Part so lang ist, aber es passieren einfach so viele crazy Sachen hier gerade, dass ich keinen guten Zeitpunkt finde, um aufzuhören. I know that you don't like coming to Serena, Frank, but I appreciate you being here. No worries. You know I'll do anything for you. So what do we have here? You mean, what don't we have here? I'm amazed that this poor woman is still alive. I've given her the maximum dose of sedatives her body can take, and still, look at her. Her nerves are shattered. Even sedated, she is unable to relax. I will give you a summary of what I found. Both her hands have been amputated. Oh, what the fuck? A very crude job, probably carried out with a pretty blunt saw. The stumps have been cauterized, hence the burns up to the middle of her arms. For the love of God. The bones in her lower extremities are shattered. They have been crushed. You said she was crawling, right? Yeah. I don't get it. Every food she crawled would have caused her unbearable pain. Let's move on to the torso. There's hardly a spot where she has not suffered a blow or injury. There are bruises all over and whip marks. The left breast has been amputated. As a forensic scientist speak, the impotence you feel makes you clench your fists so tightly that you unconsciously dig your fingernails into your palms until they bleed. Das habe ich noch nicht geschafft. Also, her tongue has been cut out. Maybe the son of a bitch who did all this was tired of this poor girl begging for death. Are you okay, Goldberg? You look pale. You can go outside and get some air if you want, I understand. No, never mind. Has she suffered any kind of... Yes. She has been sexually abused on repeated occasions. Look, guys, I don't want to go into any more detail. If you want, you can wait for me to write the full report. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Mary Elizabeth has suffered all kinds of abuse during the... How many years has she been missing, Rick? 10 fucking years! 10 years. Oh, shit. Someone wanted to inflict all that damage on her, and at the same time has been very careful to keep her alive. For what reason? I have no idea. Psychology is not my field. The FBI will be able to answer that question when they profile the offender. What about the mother, Rick? Have you talked to her? No, not yet. I'm thinking about what to say, you know. We found your daughter, but in what condition? Nah, I'm not ready yet. Give me a couple of hours. You're the boss. You decide to step back just enough to avoid hearing the details of poor Mary Elizabeth's captivity, as this whole affair is affecting you more than you thought it would. Und an dieser Stelle werde ich den Part beenden. Das nimmt gerade alles hier richtig krasse Züge langsam. Es wird von Part zu Part blutiger. Liebe Leute, nächster Part wird wahrscheinlich wieder etwas kürzer. Sorry für die Überlänge. Wir sehen uns dann. Bis dahin, macht's gut und ciao, ciao.